and welcome again to another wonderful presentation of a coaching model of one of our coaches in our academy, Willlie Snyman from South Africa. So I'll give you all the space, Willie. I'm very excited because it has been a journey of transformation and a journey where you are surely putting all of you in this creation, and the coaching model speaks about you.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, and Christina also for the support. I'm really looking forward to this presentation because, you know, whilst doing it, whilst creating it, it sort of bring you into contact with yourself and your own beliefs. And I just happened to, my company's name is called Master Coaching. And, you know, I was quite happy that I could develop a model that I can call Mastery, the Mastery coaching model. So if you look currently, and I just want to give you some background, what's happening in the world, the trends. If you think back, especially with the virus background, very specifically, but in general, the last couple of years, there's a worldwide trend. And whilst I'm giving you this background, you will immediately think instinctively where coaching can play a huge role. I mean, we all live in the world of technology advancement. Everything is so quick and easy. There is a trend definitely that people worldwide are thinking more about physical, you know, priorities in physical health. And there's also this strong move trend towards more individualism in terms of race and LGBT and all these things, individualism, and also, you know, the whole concept of embracing diversity, and of course remote work. I mean, that's just a new thing that happened, and all the benefits that goes with that, and the trend that people are more inclined to look for personal development. So now that looks fine, but as you know, everything in life comes with a cost. And what is that cost? Well, if we look at research from the University of Stanford, the cost is mostly three things. It also comes with loneliness, loss of meaning and purpose, negative self-talk as a result of this trend. So if I go back to this concept of, let's say, if we just stay there for a moment, and as I said in the beginning, whilst I talk, you will immediately feel maybe in your body, you know, there's a need for coaching. But if I can just elaborate a bit on these costs for this trend, you will know that loneliness, if you talk about loneliness, it is that feelings of sadness and isolation, a decline in life satisfaction. It will lead to an unhealthy lifestyle, blood pressure, poor diet, stress, inflammation, all these things that you know. And the second thing, very, very huge, is loss of meaning and purpose. And that is, you know, feelings of apathy and despair, loss of, you know, meaningful activities, not a motivation for that. And so I can carry on. And then very importantly, from that, negative self-talk. I'm not good enough. You know, and the effects of negative self-talk, you know, is that critical inner dialogue, and it's reinforcing limiting beliefs. And then if you have that limiting beliefs, you do not want to take any risks. It will have an impact on the relationships. So from that, and this is the point, it needs to be addressed. And that is where we come into the world of coaching. And the world of coaching brings hope. It brings hope. Because isn't the fundamental principle of coaching, or the purpose, is to inspire and And the way how that will be done, of course, is by goal setting and visioning, identify strengths and weaknesses, accountability, overcoming obstacles, cultivating a positive mindset, and creating a plan of action. Of course, that will bring hope. Because, as you know, through collaborative partnership between coach and client, coaching in that sense inspires hope, ignites motivation, and empowers individuals to take action towards creating a more meaningful life. So from that, in terms of to get to the coaching part, is, as they said also in the research, there needs to be a very deliberate attention to conscious thought. And secondly, the narrative of self-belief, and thirdly, quality of connections. If I can just take you back what we mean by that, because if you talk about deliberate attention to conscious thought, that is that intentional focus, that we know that thoughts have impact on our beliefs, on our emotions, and on our behaviors. So by bringing awareness to thought, of course, then you can do something about it. If you're aware of something, then you can reframe your thinking. And the second way where coaching can play that huge role is narratives of self-belief. Just listen to the following more empowering ways of self-belief to put it. If a client can say, because of the coaching, I am capable and resilient. I am deserving and successful. I embrace growth and learning. I am in control of my life. I am confident in my abilities. I am worth of love and connection. And of course, if that is then aligned with values and authenticity. And then the third one, we have to admit and agree that we human beings, we are inherently social beings. We are social creatures. And being social contributes to our emotional well-being. And we need a support system in everything we do. Now, this is just a background that brought me to the point of what is my coaching model from this. And the big learning for me was the understanding and the realization of coaching the being, not coaching the problem. Moving away from doing, more to coaching in terms of the being. And if you look at being mastery, that is basically having high levels of skills for the client, skills, expertise, proficiency in all areas of life. It means a deep understanding and insight, confidence and self-assuredness, learning and growth mindset, leadership and influence, flow and enjoyment. And it's a lifelong pursuit leading to sense of fulfillment. Because most people want to master their lives, have life mastery, to take charge of circumstances, making a positive change, pursue personal fulfillment. And from that, I developed the model called my mastery coaching model. If I can take you through that quickly, and I could also do it, fortunately, with the M and the A and the S and the T and the E and the R and the Y, mastery. And it wasn't intentionally, but it more or less, in a big way, also followed, in a way, the sequence of the typical competencies that you then learn in the ICF model. And I will also, when I take you through the model, refer to the specific competencies. If we look at the first M, that is meaningful goals. Now, that is basically competency 3, in essence. And it is a collaborative process, working together with the client to identify, the goals. I mean, for example, very familiar to all of us is, what do you want to talk about in the session, as a typical question. So partnering in a client to map out, the client's goals and creating a clear vision of what mastery in what area a client then wants. And then if I go to the A, the awareness and acknowledgement, that is still competency 3, but also with one foot in competency 4, cultivating trust and safety. That is to acknowledge the client's expression of feelings, that the client can accept where he is, she is, and then to move from where the person then needs to move. Because just think of it, without awareness, how will an individual know what or how to change? Other examples of coaching questions can be, for example, how does your current mindset align with the mindset required for mastery? Or how will you know what needs to happen in the session? Very typical then, again, competency 3. Then the S, state the journey. That is, of course, one foot in competency 5, maintain presence, because it's a journey. It's a response to the who, response also to what the client wants to accomplish in the session. Where are you now in the session is typical questions you can ask. How do you want to proceed is typical questions. And I mean, from that, the journey is, of course, the client will develop an action plan and with specific actions in a specific way. Then the S, the T, is tailor the path. So, and then again, is also part of competency 5. The client chooses what happens in the session. And also competency 6, listens actively, tailoring the path, tell me more, explore the client's words, explore the client's emotions, tell me more. Then the next one is, of course, the E, evolution of the plan and the execution or the evolution. That is competency 7, evoking awareness. How did your perception or perspective change in the session? Is a typical question you will ask. You will also ask questions like, what is the impact of this new perception or perspective? Or what steps will you take to start implementing your mastery plan? Then, important, reflect and refine. That is also competency 7. The client will reflect on the experiences, the new awareness and view of the future in the various areas of development. Examples of coaching questions can be, how can you leverage your new insights from the session? Or what is different for you now? And lastly, your new chapter is competency 8, is facilitate client growth. So you take it beyond. And questions can be asked, how will you be accountable? Because mastery in any area is a lifelong journey. The journey continues beyond the coaching engagement. It's a mindset that nurtures ongoing development and lifelong learnings that can be exciting. Another question typical can be, what are you taking away to explore further? And then everything together brings us then to mastery. Thank you. That was my model. I really enjoyed developing it. Thank you, Christina, also for your help. It was actually quite enlightening for myself. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Willie, for this presentation that speaks about you and also the coaching that you have delivered and developed for your clients. So as you can see, I mean, different presentation, different backgrounds, different approaches is great to bring our own uniqueness to what we do. So I'll stop the recording here.
This is our Sunlight Academy. If you want to become a certified life coach and find out more about our accredited coaching education, be part of our global community and learn about our programs, you can visit our website, sunlight.academy, and get in touch with us. We are more than happy to meet you.